My dear children, how are you? I hope you are fine. What we have discussed in the last section about fractions. In today's class, we are going to see a new chapter, chapter number 6. The topic is algebraic expression. Okay, what is meant by algebraic expression? See here. Algebraic expression is made up of variables and constants which are connected by the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay. Algebraic expression is made up of variables and constants. What is meant by variables? Variable means you have to take the alphabets, that is small a, b, c, d. You have to take small font only. Okay. To represent the unknown value, to represent the changing values, we are using variables. Okay. And what is meant by constant? Constant means it never changes. Values are fixed. Okay. By using variables and constants, we are forming one expression. That expressions are joined by four operations. What are the? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Such type of expression is called algebraic expression. Let us see some examples. See here, x minus 3. See here, x is the variable, 3 is the constant. Both are connected by the operation subtraction. See the next example, 2p divided by 5. P is a variable, 2 is the constant, 5 is also constant. Both are connected by the operation division. See here, 3x square. How can you read this? 3x square minus 4x plus 7. See the last one, 3p minus 4q. These are all examples for algebraic expressions. Okay. Next we are going to see terms of an algebraic expression. What is meant by terms of an algebraic expression? See here, by seeing this example you can easily understand. See this example, 3x square plus 5x plus 10. Okay. First, the 3x square, this number is called term. That is, this number with variable is called one term. And this 5x is called one term. And 10 is called one term. These three values are called three terms. And these three terms are connected by the operation addition. That is, 3x square plus 5x plus 10. Thus, this expression contains three terms. The terms are respectively 3x square, 5x and 10. Do you understand, children? 3x square, 5x and 10 are called the terms of the above algebraic expression. See here, x minus 3. What are the terms? X minus 3. While you are saying 3, you have to include the symbol minus also. What are the terms? X minus 3. And on here, what are the terms? 2p, 5. Here, what are the terms? 3x square minus 4x plus 7. Here, what are the terms? 3p minus 4q. Have you understand, children? Terms of an algebraic expression. Okay. Next, we are going to see factor of a term. Listen carefully. Here we are seeing terms of an algebraic expression. For an expression, we are discussing about the terms. Here see, for term, we are discussing about factor. Okay. So, factor of a term. Okay. Now, we are going to explain factor of a term. For that, we are considering one expression. Read this expression. 2x square minus 3x square. It contains how many terms? Two terms. What are they? 2x square minus 3x square. Now we are going to define factor of each term. Okay. First we are going to consider the first term, 2x square. Okay. And next we are going to discuss the factor of minus 3x square. See here. The term 2x square is the product of, how can you get the term 2x square? It comes by the product of 2x 2 times. That is, if you multiply 2 with x, that is 2 into x. If you multiply x 2 times, means you have to add the power. So, 2 into x power 1 plus 1, 2. So, here you have to remove this multiple symbol and write 2x square. Thus, we are saying the term 2x square is a product of 2x and x. Okay, thus we can return 2x square equal to 2 into x into x. Similarly, we can write minus 3xy as a product of minus 3 into x into y. Now we are going to define the factor of each term. Okay, listen carefully. 2x comma x are called factors of the term 2x square. Do you understand, children? We are calling 2x x are factors of the term 2x square. Okay. Now my question is, what are the factors of the term minus 3xy? Yes, minus 3xy are factors of the term minus 3xy. Do you understand, children? First of all, we are seeing algebraic expression. How do you get an algebraic expression? By variables and constant are connected by the four fundamental operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. We are getting the algebraic expression. In the algebraic expression, we have some terms. The terms are connected by addition or multiplication or division. For each term, we are going to define the factor. What are the factors? Each term is brought by the product of some numbers or variables. We are calling that number and variables as a factor of the term. Okay, see here the 2x square minus 3x square. The factors of 2x square are 2xx and factors of minus 3xy are minus 3xy. I hope you understand. Next we are going to discuss an important concept, coefficient of a term. This is very important, children, so listen carefully. How can you define the coefficient of a term? You just read the definition. Each factor or a product of two or more factors of a term is the coefficient of the product of the remaining factors of the term. By seeing this example, you can easily understand the definition of coefficient of a term. Okay, let us see what is the coefficient of a term. Okay, consider this algebraic expression, children. 5xy square minus 12xy plus x minus y plus 8. Now listen carefully. Now I am asking how many terms are there in this algebraic expression? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This algebraic expression containing 5 terms. Now we are going to coefficient. Now we are going to discuss the coefficient of each term. Okay. Listen carefully. First we are considering the first term. First term. What is the first term? 5xy square. Okay. Listen carefully. 5 is the. Listen, children. 5 is called the coefficient of. You have to hide the 5 and say the remaining variables. 5 is the coefficient of xy square. Do you understand? 5 is the coefficient of xy square. Okay. Similarly, we can say x is the. Now we have to hide x. X is the coefficient of. Read the remaining values. 5y square. Do you understand? 5 is the coefficient of. You have to say remaining variables and numbers except 5. Okay. So 5 is the coefficient of xy square. Similarly, x is the coefficient of 5y square. Next, y square is the coefficient of 5x. Yes, y square is the coefficient of 5x. Similarly, listen carefully. Last one. xy is the coefficient of 5y. How do you get this? See here, what is our term? 5x y square. How can you write x y square? 5 into x into y square written as y into 1. Okay. Here what they are saying? xy is the. So you have to select x and y. You have to select 1x and 1y. So xy is the coefficient of. You have to say the remaining values. xy is the coefficient of. What are the remaining values? 5, 1. Do you understand, children? Next we are going to discuss the coefficient of term 2. What is our term 2? Minus 12xy. Okay. Minus 12 is said to be coefficient of. You have to write minus 12. You have to say the remaining variables. So what are the remaining variables? xy. So we can say minus 12 is the coefficient of xy. Do you understand, children? Next, you have to write x. X is the coefficient of. You have to hide the x. What are the remaining values? Minus 12y. So you have to say y is the coefficient. Sorry, x is the coefficient of minus 12y. Okay, do you understand? And next, how can you say y? Y is the coefficient of, you have to write the y. Y is the coefficient of minus 12x. Okay. Next, 12x only we are writing here. 12x. So the remaining values are what? Minus and y. So 12x is the coefficient of minus y. I hope you understand this. Okay. Next we are going to discuss the coefficient of third term. What is the third term? X. If you write any variable like this, x, y, m means you have to understood there is the 1 as its coefficient. See here you have the 1 as its coefficient. 1 into m, m. Similarly 1 into x, x. 1 into y, y. So if you have any variable like this means you have to understand, you have to understood the coefficient is 1. Okay, suppose if the question is like this, x cube, what is the coefficient of this means 1. Okay, suppose if it is like this, 2x cube means what is its coefficient? 2. Do you understand, children? Okay. Now, what is the coefficient of x? 1. So 1 is the coefficient of x. Okay. What is the next term? Fourth term, minus y. So what is the coefficient of minus y? Yes, very good. Minus 1 is the coefficient of y. Suppose see here, minus 2x cube. What is the coefficient of x cube? Minus 2. See here, minus x cube. What is its coefficient? Minus 1 is the coefficient of x cube. Next, fifth term, 8. 8 is a constant. All the numbers are said to be constant. Okay. So what is the coefficient of constant means we can't define the coefficient of constant. So you have to stop up to this. Okay, that's all about the coefficient of terms. Okay. Next we are going to see types of algebraic expressions. First we are going to see based on terms. Okay. See here we have two types. One is like terms and another one is unlike terms. Okay. On the nature of terms we are going to define like terms and unlike terms. Okay. What are called like terms? See here. In an algebraic expression, we have to consider one algebraic expression. The terms which have the same algebraic factors, the terms which have same algebraic factors are called like terms. That is, in an algebraic expression, the terms which have the same algebraic factors are called like terms. See here. Here we have some examples. See, 4x square, 3x square, minus 7x square. Okay. Now see the variable here. With the variable is x and in power. You can also call the power as exponent. Okay. The power of x is 2. So it is read it as x square. Here also we have x square. Here also we have x square. According to the definition of like terms, in an algebraic expression, the terms which have the same algebraic factors are called like terms. See here we have the same algebraic factors. What is it? X square. Okay. Though its coefficient may differ, we can call this term as like terms. Do you understand, children? It is very important concept. So listen carefully. See here, what is the algebraic factor? X square, x square, x square. So we can call these terms 4x square, 3x square, minus 7x square are said to be like terms. Okay. See here, minus 2xy, 15xy, 5xy. Okay. What are the variables here? X and y. Here also x and y. Here also x and y. Check the powers both. What is the power of x here? Yes, 1. Okay. Here also power of x is 1. Power of the y is 1. Here also power of x is 1. Power of the y is 1. So by the definition of like terms, in this algebraic expression they have the same algebraic factors. The terms having the same algebraic factors. So we can call minus 3xy, 15xy, 5xy as like terms. Do you understand? See the last example. 13p square q square, 4p square q square, 7p square q square. Okay. Here also we have the same algebraic factors. See here p square q square. Here observe the variables. Here also p square q square. Here also p square q square. square. Here also p square, p square. So we can call these three terms as like terms. That is 13p square, p square, 14p square, p square, 7p square, p square are said to be like terms. You can also create some like terms by your own ideas. Okay. Next we are going to see unlike terms, just opposite to the like terms. Okay, what is its definition? In an algebraic expression, the terms which have different algebraic factors. In like fractions we have same algebraic factors. In unlike terms we have different algebraic factors are called unlike terms. Okay. Now we are going to see some example for unlike terms. See here. 4x, 3y, 4x square. See the first example we are having three terms. Here we are having the variable x. Here we are having the variable y. Here we are having the variable x square. So they are not same. Though here we have x and x, but here the power of the x is 1. Here the power of the x is 2. So it is not same. So we can say 4x, 3y, 4x square are unlike terms. Okay. See the next example. 13p, 7m, 6p square. All are having the different algebraic factors. See here we have the variable p, here m, here p cube. So we can call this 13p, 7m, 6p cube are unlike terms. Okay. Next we are going to see based on terms we are having like terms and unlike terms. Next, based on, listen carefully, number of terms. Based on the number of terms, again we have some classification. Okay, let us see what are they. First we are having monomial. Okay, next binomial. Next trinomial. Okay, mono means one. Okay, and bi means bicycle. It has two wheels. So we are saying bicycle. So bi means two. And trinomial, tricycle, triangle, we are saying. So it means three. So if an algebraic expression having only one term, now based on the number of terms, okay, if an algebraic expression having only one term is said to be monomial. If it has two terms means it is said to be binomial. Suppose it has three terms means it is said to be trinomial. Let us see the example. See the first one. 2ab, it is one monomial. 5x cube, it is one example of monomial. You can also ask here we have three elements from 2a, b. So we can say it is a trinomial. So no, we can't say it is a trinomial. Why? Because see here, suppose if 2ab can written as 2 plus a plus b means in this case we can say it is as a trinomial. That is, term means it should be separated by addition or subtraction. Then only we can call it as a separate term. See here 2a, b are separated by the addition. Okay. Suppose if it is right like this means 2a minus b. Here also we can say it as a trinomial. But in this case, you have to say this as a monomial. This 2ab is considered to be as a single term. Okay. See the next example, 5x cube. Okay. Though it has the power 3, you have to call this expression as the monomial. This 5x cube is considered as a single term. So you have to call this as a monomial. Thus we can say monomial means it has only one term. Okay. Next we are going to see binomial. What is binomial? Binomial means it has two terms. See here 3x minus 5. That is 3x is one term, 5 is another term. Both are separated by the subtraction. So this expression contains two terms. So we have to call this as a binomial. See here 2ab minus 3b. See this expression contains two terms. So we have called this as a example as a binomial. Okay. See there is last one trinomial. See the example x plus y plus 5. This example contains two terms 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we are calling this example as a trinomial. See the last one 5t cube plus t minus 1. This is also an example for trinomial. Next we are going to see another important concept, polynomial. Okay. What is mean by polynomial? See here. It is an algebraic expression. That is polynomial is an algebraic expression with one or more terms Variables in the expression have only whole numbers as exponents is called a polynomial. Once again read the definition children. An algebraic expression with one or more terms. You have to consider an algebraic expression. The terms may be one or more than that. Okay, it may be any number of terms such that what is the condition is variables in the expression, that is the variables involved in this algebraic expression have only whole numbers. What are the whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. are whole numbers. The variables have the exponents as only the whole numbers is called a polynomial. It means what they are saying is you have to consider one expression. In that expression we are having some variables. The power of that variables, that is the exponents of that variable, should be whole numbers. It means it does not be a negative numbers fraction other than the whole number. Okay, they are saying. So the expression must contain, the variables must contain powers as whole number. Such types of expressions are said to be polynomial. Do you understand children? See the example. 4x plus 3xy plus 3xy minus 3. See here the power of the x is 1, power of the x is 1, power of the y is 1. Here also power of the each variable is 1. Suppose if the term like this 5x power minus 3, it is not a polynomial. Do you understand children what I am saying? This is not a polynomial. Suppose why it is said to be not a polynomial? Because in the power of the variable we are having negative number, but as per the condition of polynomial, the exponents, that is the exponents of variable should be whole numbers. Okay, but here we have a negative numbers. It is an integer, so it does not satisfy the condition of polynomial. So we will say this is not a polynomial. Suppose instead of 3, if you are having plus 3, that is 5x cube means it is said to be polynomial. Do you understand children? Suppose if you have some other expression like this, 3t power 2 by 3. See the exponent of t. What is it? 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is a fraction number. But as per the condition of polynomial, the variables involved in the algebraic expression must contain whole number as its exponent. But here we are having other than whole number, that is fraction. So we can easily say it is not a polynomial. Do you understand children? This is also not a polynomial. If it is the case of minus means it is also not a polynomial. Here you see the another example for polynomial 5x plus 4. Right? Do you understand children? This is the very basic concept. You must thoroughly about this polynomial. Okay. Once again I am reading the definition of polynomial: an algebraic expression with one or more terms such that variables in the expression have only whole number as exponents is called a polynomial. Okay. Next we are going to discuss degree of a term. How can we define degree of a term? The terms are comes in the algebraic expression. For that we are considering one term. Before that let us see what is how to calculate the degree of a term. Read this definition. The sum of the exponents of the variables of a term is called the degree of the term. We are discussing about the degree of the term only. So listen carefully children. Sum means what? Add. That is the sum of the exponents means powers. You have to add the powers of the variables of a term is called degree of the term. Do you understand children? Once again I am reading. The sum of the exponents of the variables of a term is called the degree of the term. Okay. Let us see some examples. See here. Minus 7x y square z. Now we are going to calculate degree of this term. This is one term. Okay. Suppose if this question comes like this means x, so minus 7x plus y square plus z means this is an example for what type of algebraic expression it is? Monomial, because it contains only single term, one term. See here, this contains 3 terms. Okay, so we can call it as a trinomial. Okay, now we are going to find the degree of this term. This is one term. Okay, here this is one term, this is one term, this is one term, this is trinomial. Okay, now we are discussing about this term only degree. Okay. Now we are going to calculate the degree of this term. How can we calculate? As per the definition, you have to sum. Sum means add the exponents of the variables of the term. Here, what are the variables? X, Y, Z. You have to call all the alphabets which are in small font. One more important thing. You must use the small font letters. That is small case of alphabets. You don't use the capital letters. Okay. You have to use only the small letters to represent the variables. Okay. So x, y square, z. What is the power of x? Here power of the x is 1. For instead of x, you may also write like this z. Okay. What is the power of y? 2. What is the power of z? 1. As per the definition of degree of term, you have to add the power. So now you have to add the power. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Thus, degree of minus 7x square, x, y square, z is 4. Do you understand? See the next one. 17x square y. You have to calculate the degree of this term now. For that, as per the definition of degree of term, you have to add the exponent of the variables involved in that term, particular term. Here our term is 17x square y. What are our variables? X and y. What is the power of the variable x? 2. What is the power of the variable y? 1. So you have to add the power. 2 plus 1, 3. Do you understand? Okay. What is the power of the term called p? Here our variable is p. What is the power of the variable p? It is 1. So degree of the term called p is 1. Do you understand, children? The degree of the term. Okay. Next we are going to do one problem. Example 5. See here, listen carefully. This is very important sum. Find the degree of the polynomial 9x cube minus 12x plus 17x square y minus y power 4 plus 14. Why we call this algebraic expression as a polynomial? Because all the variables involved in this algebraic expression have the powers as whole number. See here, 3 is a whole number, 1 is a whole number, 2 is a whole number, 1 is a whole number, 4 is a whole number. You have to observe the powers of the variable. So we can easily call this expression, algebraic expression, as a polynomial. Do you understand? Now we are going to calculate the degree of this polynomial. They are not asking degree of the term. They are asking degree of the entire polynomial. How can we calculate? To calculate the degree of the polynomial, first you have to calculate the degree of each term. Okay. Thus we are going to calculate degree of each term. After that, you have to choose the highest value among the degrees. It should be the degree of that particular polynomial. Okay. Let us calculate the degree of each term. Okay. This polynomial contains how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. The last one is constant. So leave the constant. So you have to calculate the degree of 4 terms only. What are the first term? 9x cube. What is the degree of 9x cube term? What is the power of the x? 3. So you have to write 3 here. And what is the next term? Minus 12x. So degree of minus 12x is, what is the power of the x? 1. So degree of minus 12x is 1. So degree of 17x square y. How do you calculate? You have to sum the exponents of the variables involved in that term. So you have to sum the powers. Here the power of the x is 2. Here the power of the y is 1. You have to add 2 plus 1. 3. Thus we get the degree of the term is 17x square y equal to 3. Okay. Next, degree of minus y power 4 is 4. Okay. Now we have calculated degrees of each terms in the polynomial. Next, you have to give the degree of the entire polynomial. How can you give? You have to choose the higher value among these degrees, which is the higher one, 4. So you have to give the 4 as the degree of the given polynomial is 4. Do you understand, children? Okay. So far in this chapter, what we have discussed? First we have discussed algebraic expression. What is the algebraic expression? It contains variables and constants which are connected by the 4 fundamental operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And what is meant by terms? The terms are involved in that algebraic expression. We are calling that as a terms. Okay, the terms come by the product of some factors. That is called terms. We also discussed about the factors of a term. Okay, next we have defined about coefficient of a term. We have seen one example for coefficient of a term. And next, based on the terms, we have seen some type of algebraic expression. What are they? like terms and unlike terms, and based on number of terms we have some types of algebraic expression. They are monomial means it has only one term, binomial means it has two terms, trinomial means it has three terms, and next we have seen polynomial. What is meant by polynomial we have seen already, and degree of a term and also degree of the polynomial. It's clear, children? Hello children, now we are going to do activity for the concept of even and odd numbers. We have already know what is meant by even numbers. Numbers which are divisible by 2 or multiples of 2 are said to be even numbers. And what are called odd numbers? Numbers which are not divisible by 2 are said to be odd numbers. Now we are going to do activity for the concept of even numbers. Okay. Now I am taking some shapes. Now I am going to count these shapes. Okay, let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, totally we have 8 pieces. Okay, now I am going to check the 8 is even or odd. How we can check? Let us check by pair these shapes into 2's. Okay, pairing each coins. Thus we can see all the coins are paired by 2. See here, all the coins are paired by 2. If all the coins are paired means we can say that number is even. Okay, do you understand, children? Let us take some more coins, children. Now I am going to count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thus totally I have 15 pieces. Now I am going to check this 50 is even or odd. Okay, for that you have to pair the each pieces. Now you have to pair this by 2's. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Similarly you have to pair all the coins. Okay. See here, children. We have paired how many coins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14 coins we have paired, and we have only one remaining coins. Suppose the coins are not paired means we can say the given number is odd. That is, we mean that odd numbers are not paired by 2 and even numbers are paired into 2's. Do you understand, children? Suppose let us take 4 coins. See, 4 coins. All the coins are paired. So we can say 4 as an even number. Suppose if you take 5 coins means see we have one coin not paired. So we can say 5 as an odd number. Suppose if you take 6 coins, see all the coins are paired into 2. So you can say 6 as an even number. If you take 7 coins, see the last coin is not paired. So we can say 7 as an odd numbers. Okay, do you understand the concept of even and odd numbers? Okay, children, thank you.